high demand of abalone in the Asian market is one of the driving forces for abalone poaching. This has encouraged overfishing and illegal poaching and resulted in the destruction of abalone habitats. Abalone poaching has been on the rise in South Africa, despite the existence of many laws and regulations in force. Yearly, approximately 1,000 abalone are being confiscated by the Table Mountain National Park. This documentary focuses on the causes of abalone poaching in the marine protected area around the Table Mountain National Park and how local communities can participate in curbing this crisis.
It's a mollusk. You get them from absolute minute to that size. And mostly, as soon as it's big enough, they poach them, or even smaller ones they take. They're herbivores. They're found on rocky shores. The kelp is found on rocky shores. It's got to have a place to plant its foot, and then it grows from there. It's a straight stem, and then it has fronds on top, and it's got a float on top, and that can be up to 10 foot long. Those fronds, and those are the areas where abalone is most likely found. The main use of abalone is for consumption. People eat it if you can afford it in the restaurants. You pay for it. The unfortunate thing is that there's a massive trade outside of South Africa to the Far East for, they say, medicinal purposes. It's tradition for them to use abalone for various other reasons, not just for the cuisine that it is. We repeatedly encounter. We can only give you statistics on how many we actually catch. You can't, or it's difficult to keep a figure of people that you don't catch. It's like keeping a false record. You can only keep the record of those that you do really catch. And we have plenty of those. I wouldn't say monthly, but close to two. On average, it's 2 to 3 incidences of where we've actually caught them a month. Ideally, we should follow the route of many other countries that have done with abalone, and that is put a total ban on abalone. Close the industry down totally, using as much effort that the government has, including the military and the navy. Close it down and then restart it, allowing the legal abalone quota holders to re-enter the business and do it sustainably. There are people that currently do have permits to do that. The problem that we encountered, we did close it down for about a year or two, but we couldn't curb the poachers. It's no good stopping the legal people from fishing and then you allow the illegal side to continue. So you need to know that you can prevent the whole thing, and that is lots of manpower and lots of effort in the right places.
my understanding about Abalone, yes, we had permits before from 2001 to 2005. Then in 2005, without any notice, it just disappeared. We were never told what had happened. I think that makes them poachers because they are not given the rights. They've been looking for the rights, but they don't get them. It's not easy to get rights. They use it for consumption and they sell some. The only way to protect our coast is to be given rights, because when we had rights there was no poaching, because we were always there. We were looking after our coast. We didn't want anything to touch our coast. We were policing it.
The immediate answer or question, not an answer to that, is who is the community? It's a very difficult, it's an easy concept that people bring up, but in practice it's very difficult on the ground. And it's more my view than Table Mountain's view. We do work a lot with communities where we can. But if you have so many changes within a structure of a community, eventually who is the fisherman? Who is the person that's supposed to benefit from it? And if you can't define that, then it's so difficult to define how you're going to help them and how you're going to take it forward with those fishermen.
It is now clear that in order to achieve equity in the fishing industry, there is a need to actively involve the communities in the management of this industry. If not, the imbalance characterized by increasing social needs and destruction of abalone through poaching will escalate.